सारे सा short basic instructions that are available in Kotlin language. Then some of the numerical instructions, logical instructions, branching instructions, and commutation. So as of today's agenda that we have already discussed, we are going to do the program with subroutines, arrays, and lots of other things that we have already in the program. This particular sort of the things are already known to us. That this will be written in that way. So this is the prerequisite required for the particular thing. This is okay. So I assume that you are aware of the everybody is aware? आपको instructions में पता है? We are all on the instructions में. The numerical arithmetic. How many instructions are numerical arithmetic? Add, subtract, multiply, division. That's it. Logical instructions. Add, x or plus. Okay. So we have already covered up that particular thing. And last part was that branching. You can understand 0 and 1. Right? You can understand 0 and 1. And when you are providing in terms of 0 and 1, you can also provide output also in terms of 0 and 1. So microprocessor is a particular very small chip device. We read information in terms of binary. Also we provide the information in terms of that is read and write operation is going to be binary form. So in 1940 or around 60s era, it was happening that the program in terms of binary language, which was ultimately one only. Now it is very obvious that if we are writing the name all alphabets and characters in terms of zeros and ones, so how the complex will be? Okay, it's a very complicated logic. Suppose that you are writing the entire in terms of just 0 and 1. Obviously, which is not that and very complicated to get remember also. Here some sort of the shortcut things. Now it's a human tendency what we repeat. हमें वही चीजें याद रहती है जो हम रेगुलर रिपीट करते हैं. Like our language, the human understandable language, Marathi, English, okay? This is English. So we are aware of that. We should be things in terms of English language. That's very important. So if you can understand the things in terms of the English language, that will be useful to us. That has happened with the assembly language. What the assembly language has done? It has the machine code which was written in terms of the binary, understandable by the microprocessor, in terms of English statement or English like keywords. For example, let's say 0 1 0 1 1 0. This is sort of the big pattern. Doing addition in machine language. So we will use the keyword add here. Now it is close to the word addition because of that we remember. This particular thing is said to be assembly language. So assembly language is simple replacement of machine language. Is it okay? This is like a masa. Now when we are programming on or microprocessor, we have two options. One is that you can have toolkit. Directly you can have the toolkit. On the toolkit you will directly the program in terms of assembly and machine language only. In assembly language you can write the program but you cannot provide input. You will have in terms of binary language or in short hexadecimal. There is a direct replacement of binary in hexadecimal. That is one of the things. But the DOS based application, the DOS program, there is a provision to provide the assemblers. You can decide by using assemblers. So Masum is one of the tools available by which it will directly convert the program written in assembly language into machine language. So Masum is a DOS based textual tool. And here output representation always in terms of hexadecimal data. No other way. In fact, that is binary, but hexadecimal is easy to write, and we are aware of that. Okay, because we are writing in hexadecimal terms. So obviously, when we are using and this kind of the Masum assembler, you should be very clear. You should be very mastered with the commands and all the equipment where level, it is found to be very, very complicated. Complicated to understand everything in terms of the heads. Fortunately now, we are having an emulator with us. Okay, we are having one emulator. What emulator? Emulator provides you the virtual view of it. You can have a virtual view. You can get a better idea of the microprocessor, how it is really. Okay, also it is supporting for execution of the program that we will see today. So that is the job of emulator. Emulator is a simple program which replaces the massive, and it is providing you visual support for the assembly language programming. This is the emulator. Okay. Now, so when we run a particular program, you will get first this. Okay. Now in this window, you can observe the entire processor architecture. Okay, that we have already studied. So what is the AS and ES, which is using for the purpose of data handling. Processor based registers are here like CS, IP. So these are the processor based registers. So general purpose and processor based control registers. Okay. So these are the registers of microprocessor. Now in this situation, you don't have to go into what is happening in microprocessor because it is available. Obviously, this is in the execution mode, so memory references are already resolved. Here, memory location, but this is the really how your program look like. What is this? This is replacement of a single language to machine language. Now, if I say AX, 00708, this is the assembly language instruction. Its equal machine language instruction is this one. You can get the byte information from you B81007. This is the byte information. The machine code. Exact one-to-one replacement of assembly language has been done in the machine language. Here are the other things are also here, like the very important to us, that is the variables, stacks, and the flags. These are normally we are using. This is very, very important for us. Okay. So this is the way how, if we are going to start the programming now, we should be aware of this thing. We should understand what is registers. We should understand what is flags. We should understand what is stack. We should also know what is variables. Okay. Now, how the program is write? Our program get divided among two things normally. Or obviously, basically two things we require. One is the code, another is data. Whenever you are writing some program, you are writing some kinds of the instructions. Instructions get operate onto the data. Instructions get operate onto the data. We need a data. So basically, two segments we require. One is the code segment, another is the data segment. And in the last diagram we have seen, address must be stored in the DS. Okay. Now in assembly language, we can have more than one code segment or more than one data segment. Because of there is an issue that the user can change it. User can provide a different data segment address or different code segment. Because in programming point of view, you can change it. Beside of it, one more register will require, like the stack. So this is the stack segment. This address should be stored there. Is it okay? Now this is changeable. You can use the different kind of the segment. Particularly for the static point of view, we are going to get at least one data segment and at least one code segment. Stack segment required. When required? Can you give an idea? This is already done. When do we need the stack segment? Subroutine. Very good. Whenever we are going to deal with the subroutine, we have to use the stack segment. There are alternatives always. Okay, data segment can be get embedded in the. That is very, very essential. Particularly, I will say this particular instruction should be there. There is no option. Very first is move x comma data. Immediate next is move ds comma ax. Okay. Now we know that where this program is loaded into the memory. First instruction what is data address moves to x. Next is x address moves to ds. In this case, your data segment register in that case this will be optional. But obviously this is also compulsory. So these four instructions are always required whenever you are writing any assembly language program. Is it okay? That is binary. Information is stored in the binary. So PET is simple a data variable. Obviously started with the alphanumeric. Okay? So with alphabets, alphanumeric string, it may have a special character and also. DB means size. So there is only you can provide the size. So DB means byte. If I write the DW, it will be word. DD means double word. Correct. There are more options. DT you can also take, or DQ to quanta 4. Okay, that is only the possibility. You can provide the information in terms of double quotation. If there is string, no quotation, it is a value. Okay, so this is the okay. So okay, good. So basic facts we require. Carry fact. When the carry fact is generated, when there is in operation, in addition operation there is a carry, and in subtraction there is a borrow. Carry fact is generated. Zero fact. If the last operation performed, the result is 0. Okay, in accumulator it will set to 0. Next is sign fact. If the result is negative, it's +1. If it is positive, it is 0. Then overflow fact. Obviously it is indicated if the result is overflow. Then parity fact. What it means? It depends. It check out to ones. If there are the even number of ones, it will set 1. If it is odd, it will set 2. 0. Depends on the result. Then auxiliary flag. It's like a carry flag, but in between of the result. Suppose there is a word operation. So after the first byte operation, there is carry. It will get set. Okay, carry is after the complete result. Auxiliary carry in between of the exactly in between of the result. Last is that direction flag. The last one. The direction flag is we will get an idea of this. This is moving in which direction get decided. In string operations, we have to increment direct addresses or when decrement address, that we get decided. This is only fact which is independent of the result. In fact, it fluctuates the result. Okay. If it is 0, SI and DI register get incremented. If it is 1, it gets decremented. Okay. 1. Okay. Explicitly, I may do it 0, but it will be default in all operations. You will find it 1 only. Another is the stack. So, can I start it? Everyone? Up to this moment, do you have any questions? Or copy data or copy array, and if you imagine it is the same program. Why it is the same program? Because in assembly language, we do not differentiate with the strings, with integers or with characters. That is just the binary data gets stored with the variables. Now here I have generated two array. If I am saying array just because of I have stored more than one value in the consecutive location, because of this it is array. Otherwise there is no other meaning of it. In C++, we are having many things regarding it, dynamic allocations, likewise. But here nothing. It's a series of data stored in a data segment. So here, it's a byte information. So every element here will reserve for 1 byte. So 1 byte is stored for 1, then 2. There are in which we have the 10 in series. So 10 bytes will get reserved here. Okay? I have done another array 2. Now here I want to copy it. So I want to keep it blank. Question mark means garbage. Whatever may be the last element is stored. How many I want? 10. So I can say 10 duplication of question marks of garbage data. So just I have result here. Now come to the program. It is very easy to understand. These instructions, first two, AX, data, EX, X. That I have already explained in the protocol. This is required because I have initialized the data segment. In this particular program, I need ES also get initialized. So the same, which data I want to operate, there ES should get also initialized. So I have given the same data segment. So because of that, I have also initialized ES to the same value. Data is going to X is going to say ES also, ES also. So in short, ES register and ES register both are pointing to the same data segment. Is it okay? So that is the first step very important. Second is that in this particular program, I am using one instruction for copying. Very simple that is the move SB. What the move SB does? Move SB copy the content of SI register to DI register. Here I record here. SI register to DI register. And your DS and SI should be get initialized to the same. तो यहाँ पर क्या करना है? आपका जो DS रजिस्टर है और DS रजिस्टर है दोनों को कैसे एक ही डेटा सेगमेंट को इनिशियलाइज करें. ओके. So I need to initialize the source register and destination register. So SI is source array 1 will get initialized to What is the meaning of LEA SI comma array 1? It will load effective address of array 1 to SI. What is effective address of array 1? 0. In this particular case, how much byte is in reserve byte? 10 byte. So this will be 0 plus 10. This will be the 10th location. So obviously SI will get 0, AI will get 10. Now MoSB, what it does? It copies the content of memory location provided by SI to DI. When SI is pointing to 1, DI is pointing to here first location. So it will copy the content of this location to this location. How many times you want to do it? 10 times. 10 times. We will like to do it 10 times. So because of that, we have set the counter to 10. Now CX register is acting as a counter where we are using the looping instruction. Where we are using the loop instruction. Loop goes back when CX is not 0 and CX will get decremented by 1. So obviously if we set the CX 10, it will happen in 10 times. Okay? This is a little bit going to be fast. If you have any doubt, you can interrupt me. Do you understand these things? Okay? I will repeat it. Initialize value to X. We want the data address to X. Then data address code to DS. Then ES. I initialize SI to the first element of array 1. DI to first element of array 2. I have set the counter CX, 10 because I want to repeat it 10 times. Now here MoSB. What the MoSB is doing? Copying this location here 1. Loop back, going back. When it is loop back, what happens? CX is get incremented by 1. Okay? Then it checks out. If it is not 0, it will go back. Okay? MoSB doing one more thing. It is incremented SI and DI by 1. I said incremented because of direction flag is 0. Just we have seen. Okay? Direction flag is 0, it will get incremented by 1. Other reason is that it will incremented by 1 only because it's a MoSB instruction. SB का मतलब क्या होता है? Byte, है ना? String byte instruction. Okay? अगर वो SW होता तो string word होता, it will incremented by 2. In this situation, it will incremented by 1. So your SI and DI will be incremented by 1. They will point to the next location. It will perform the same again. It will happen 10 times, obviously. So array will get copied. AX. So 0710 is the address of. You can check out here. When the register's contents may change, it turns blue. If it do not change, it remains blank. Here AX is changed to 0710 because it is changed. Now I want to move this address to the data segment and extra segments. So here this instruction is pointing out MoDS, AX. This is highlighted here. You can check out this very easy. Which instruction is going to get executed? That is in associative manner. MoDS, AX. The equivalent is MoDS, AX. Equivalent machine instruction 0710. It will move the content of AX to DS. So your DS is changed. You can see the last part to register. Okay, special purpose. DS is changed. Now next we are moving AX to the ES also. So ES content will change. We will see the change here. The last one. Here we will see the change. This is also changed. Okay. Now in this case, the bottom SI. SI में क्या एड्रेस आएगा अभी? What is the offset of array 1? 0. Offset of array 1 is 0. So SI is 0. There was already 0, so obviously it will not show the change. Okay, but it is pointed to 0. What will be coming in the DI? It's a 10. Okay, you can check out the DI content. It will turn to 10. Okay, it's 10. In hexadecimal it is 8. Okay, it's a 10. Okay, now we are setting counter to 10. So counter is set to 10. Now MoSB. MoSB what will do? It will copy the content of source SI to DI and will increment it SI and DI by what? 1. So we will have to see here the variables. These are what? Variables. So 10 make it 10. You can see the 10 elements above also. This is the 10. Okay. Now what will happen? It will move the SI to DI. SI is pointed to 01. DI is pointing to this first 00. It will copy it. And again one thing is happening here, SI and KI get incremented by 1. So you have observed the three things. SI and KI got incremented two things, and one thing is data is copied into the variable, that is the data set. This first element has got copied to the array, and your DI and SI that turns blue. It shows that the value are got changes. SI has turned 0 to 1, and DI has turned A to B is 10 to 11. So this is happening in move SB. Now the next instruction, loop back. What the loop back does? It decrements CX by 1 and check out it is 0 or not. If it is not 0, then it will only go back, otherwise it will go to the next location. In these situations, CX is what value? 10. See what is the value now? 2. So it is the last one copied. Now it will go to 1. So last element will get copied now. Last copy. Now CX is 1. In this situation, where loop back will do, what it will do? It will turn 1 to 0. Now CX is 0, it will not go back again. So stop and you provide is what terminate. Okay. So this is the way how we can copy an idea. Which program you want to see? All. Here we are having print string, subroutine, and the largest form array. Largest form array is okay. Okay. Now some things are already available. So what is the logic I am using to finding the largest form array? Okay. Simple thing is that in your class, if I want to know which is the most hybrid possible, more इसका एक सबसे ज़्यादा तो मैं चेक करूँ. आपकी क्लास में सब कितने लेवल बैठे? कहीं. Okay. अब आप लोगों को use किया. Same logic. What I have done? I have initialized the array 10 11. Okay. Obviously they are unsorted. Initially I assume that the first element is the largest element. Okay. So these two instructions are available. क्या आपको पता है? Just wait. Now how many elements are to compare? वहाँ पे कितने? 10 elements are there. But how many comparisons are we do? 9. है ना? Because I assume that the first is large. I have to compare this with remaining must finally 9. Because of that I take the power now 9. And your SI is for comparison purpose pointed to next location. First 0, but I want to compare from the next location. So here you have initialize the data. It is incremented to SI. That is how. Now here we are comparing. Comparing what? First element. We are assuming first element is large. That is the value stored in. We are comparing this with next. SI is pointing to the next instruction. Next value. So we will compare it. What is JG means? Jump is greater. अगर AL में value greater है तो jump. Otherwise replace. अगर AL की value greater है तो क्या करेगा? Next में जाएगा. It will not replace. If it is not greater, then it will replace the value. Very simple logic. Okay. If it is not greater, this instruction will not execute. It will replace value with the new value. और अगर greater है तो it will directly jump to the next location. How many times this will happen? This will happen 9 times. At the end, you will get a large value with AL. Correct? I want the large value. We will see the execution fast. It's a 6. Okay. Here AL will assume that 6 is the largest one. 6 is what stored in X. Now, how many times I want to do the comparison? 9 times. Set CX to 9. Okay. Increment SI. Why? Because we have to compare from the next location. So SI is point to 1. Now देखने कौन सी value है? 6. SI location पे 7. So 6 is going to get compared with the 7. 6 is not large. So because of that, the jump instruction will not get executed. Here in this situation, we want to see flags. What do you think? What is the status of flag now? How we can compare? It subtracts the second element from the first element. So what will happen here? It will perform 6 minus 7. So what is the flag then? Okay. And we are having the joint expression, that is the JG. Jump if greater. If not greater, then don't jump. Is it greater now? No. Okay. So it will not jump. So compare. Your flags what? Set. Okay. You are comparing. Now jump in greater. Obviously it will not jump. It is not jump. So what will store it? it will store the other value, the 7. Now 7 is what stored in AL. Okay. Now increment inside for the next location. It is pointing to location 2. Again loop back. How many times? Until Cx is not 0. So goes back. Now compare to 8. Now 7 is compared to 8. You can see variables also for the comparison pointer. These are our array. And now 7 is comparing to 8. Obviously it is not that. It will again start. Now 8. Next time 9. Next time up to 10. Now 10 is up to so far your element is what stored because it is the largest element is coming in the sequential list. ऐसा हमेशा large आता है. Okay. Now going back. अब 10 के बाद कौन सा element है वहाँ पर? This is 1. After 10 there is 1. Now it is not that. In this situation your jump instruction will not will execute. Okay. Now jump will execute because you don't have to start the element. It directly goes to the increment side. How many times it will happen now? Until Cx goes to 0. We have already got the large element with AL. That's it. Okay? Your A is high value, the 10, the largest value. Is what stored. And you program it W. The last program I am going to execute now. Read string and print string. Okay? It's very programming point of view found to be little bit complicated, but it is very easy. Okay? So go string. For the reading point of the string, you need 0AH. Issue the interrupt INT21H. Then you will read the string. String कहाँ पे read होगा? In the DX. It will store the value in the DX, the respective memory location. What we have done here? Move DX opposite of buffer. What we have done? We have stored the address of this particular memory location to DX. So because of that, it will store this value in what? This particular buffer. Because its address is available. How many data you want to read? The first value should be how many data you want to read. So simply when this instruction will get executed, I will read the string. Now how to print it? We are having h,9 and issuing interrupt INT21H. How many characters is print? How many characters is print when I print this string? What is the convention character? If I want to print the characters in the data segment, how many characters it will print? Or where do you stop? It is terminated at what location? The dollar character. Your last character in the array must be the dollar. Until that it will store. So what is happening here? When I am reading the string, it do not append the string in the dollar character. What is happening here? It is not appending the string in the dollar character. Because of that, you have to explicitly add the dollar character. क्या करना पड़ेगा आपको? You will have to add explicitly the dollar character. This is happening here. Move bx, 0. Move bl, buffer 1. It will read 10. Buffer 1 is value 10. 10 plus 2 the dollar. मतलब 10 लोकेशन के बाद का जो रहेगा उसमें क्या करेंगे? Dollar. So at the end of the string you will get dollar appended. Okay. Now how to print it? In h, move 9. Issue INT21H interrupt. It will get print the string. This particular program I will try to run it the character. Why it happens? Because of in AH, check out here. In AH there is 10. Okay, and we are it is stop at which location? INT21H. So after AH is getting 10, it stop at INT21H and it is waiting for input. It wants to enter the string. So I am entering the string A, B, C, D. Is it okay? I enter the string and enter it. Until that I will hit the enter key, it will read. Okay. What happens? It is print it back. Okay, it is printed. So I am doing both simultaneously. Is it okay? Out. Not working with the DOS or Windows window, it is possible. But here it is a emulator. Your windows get open every time whenever running that particular message. Okay. Otherwise, in C you are using the /0 or /t for the tabs, that kind of the things are not available. The reason is it is a ASCII based, pure ASCII based. Scan codes and that things are not available in assembly line. Correct? That is a higher things. In assembly line it is not. DOS we can do it. Okay, I will also show that. I can show you, okay, just you ask for I will have some other idea of how to print it. Just some more things. We will not discuss a lot. Print string. Here I have an idea how to print. Look at the string. What is the string I have here? This is the string printing demonstration. Double quotation. So double quotation is what is stored. Beside of that, I have given the value 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, like this. What happened there? Anybody can comment? Here value gets stored in ASCII value. So what will happen then? You provide it itself ASCII. So you will get the character which is associated with the ASCII 0, 1 and 2. What is the character with 0, 1 and 2? It's a smiling faces. 0 is line, 1 is smiling, 2 is also smile. Okay? Run. You can see this is a string printing demonstration. We have printed smiles. So if you want to add any character, okay, you read that ASCII. Okay, note down it. You value character that will happen only. Okay, particularly sharing the ASCII for carrying printer. Okay, that will get combined with the scan code also because of contrast. Okay, here I have print the things only which is available with the 256 ASCII character 0 to 55. Is it okay? We have already done space 10 times. What will happen? It will print after 10. Okay. So this was string related operations. Anything you require?
Thank you.